In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to conduct research online. So the first thing that we're going to look at is using the library's resource at Southwestern. The library itself is closed at this time, so you'll need to use the web to access the library's resources. So first things first, here I am on Google. I just typed in SWC Library and did a Google search. Down here you'll see that the library's website comes up. I click on that. It says here that the libraries are closed, etc. We could just scroll down here on the library's homepage and click Off-Campus Access. Now, Off-Campus Access, right here, you'll see it has this highlighted link for library articles and databases. Click that. And here on this page, you have a keyword search where you can search by keywords or by the title of a book or by an author's name. This is just an overall search to search all the articles and databases on the library's website. That's what I use. It's really easy and basic and straightforward. So let's just say, for example, you wanted to search something like Aztec religion. Let's check that out, see what's available. Let's just say that was the topic that you were interested in writing in. Now that's not in our time period for this course, but I just want to show you an example of how to do this research online. So I type in Aztec religion, hit enter, and here we go. It brings up a bunch of different things here. This is pretty much the library's articles and database section. That's what you're looking at here. And so this is where you can do a lot of your research. This is where you do probably the majority of your research is within these databases. Alright, so you scroll down, you'll see that there's 184 search results. That's a lot. We want to narrow that down. So you would scroll down, and on the left-hand side here, you'll see it says source type. Okay, this is where you can narrow down your search by the type of source that you're looking for. So you'll see there's ebooks here. That's going to be huge for you. So you want to click that, right? You want to see all the ebooks that come back on your search. Scroll back down here to source type. Books, probably not, because those are going to be located physically in the library, so you're not going to have access to those. But then if you look down a little bit more, you'll see there's academic journals. So ebooks and academic journals, those are the two that you're going to want to click on when you're narrowing down your search. And if you look at the search results, you'll see that now we're down to 246 instead of 800. So that's great. It narrowed it down. You don't want to overload yourself with a bunch of search results. You want to really just get down to the ones that you're really going to use. Okay. So now as you look at your search results, you'll see here that there's a little icon next to them that tell you what type of source it is. This one's an academic journal. And usually it'll show you whether the file is actually there or not. In this case, it says full text finder. You could click on that and it might be able to bring you to where the full text is. It may or may not. It just depends for each source. But if you scroll down, we'll see one that's actually on here. Here's one that's talking about the Aztec religion, the image of the Great Mother in Mexico. So here you see that there's a PDF right here, so that shows you that the full text actually is available. So you would just click on the PDF to get access to it. It's an academic journal. If you guys have never dealt with academic journal articles before, they're usually between like 25-30 page long articles that are on a specific topic, and so they're written by scholars, experts in the field, and many times they've been peer reviewed, meaning that before the article was published, it's been reviewed by other experts in the field and edited before it went to publishing. And so that's really important because that lets you know that the source that you're viewing is something that is scholarly. For the research paper, I don't want you using just random websites like Wikipedia or History.com or anything like that because those websites are not usually written by experts in the field, by scholars. They're not considered scholarly. Okay, and so I really want you to avoid those and stick only with scholarly sources. Alright, so let's go ahead and click on this PDF and see what happens. It says here that you have to log in for full access. So make sure that you log into the library's website before you do your search. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on that, log in for full access. And here we go. So here you would write in your student ID. Okay, so your 7-digit student ID number, and then that's going to be your username, and then your password is your birth date, and so that's going to be 2 digits for your birth month, two digits for the day you were born, and 2 digits for the year that you were born. Okay, so let's just say you were born on January 1st. In 1992, so it'd be 010192. So that plus your student ID, your 7-digit student ID number, and then you log in, and then you're all set. Okay. Okay, now that you've logged in, it will bring you to the PDF. And now that you're logged in, you won't have to log in anymore. You could just hit the other PDF. You could just click on other PDFs and it'll open them right up. Okay, so you could get access to the article. So here's what it looks like. Here's the journal article. You have the author, the title of it, and the whole article itself. All right. Now here's a quick tip. With a lot of these articles, they'll have something called an abstract at the beginning of them. This particular one doesn't, but it would be right here in the front. It would say abstract, and basically what the abstract is, it's usually just a couple of paragraphs that give you a basic idea of what the article is about. These articles are they're kind of long, they take time to read, so you don't want to waste time reading the entire article before you decide whether you're going to use it or not in your research. The quick way is to just skim over the abstract really fast, just a couple paragraphs, get an idea of what this article is about, and then you could decide, oh, okay, that's something I could use for my paper or not. If not, then just move on. If it is something you can use, then put it to the side and go through it later. Okay? All right. So there's an example of that. We could return to the result list over here. Okay, and so that's an example of an academic journal article. We could scroll down here and see some others. Here's another one, Time and Sacrifice in the Aztec Cosmos. That sounds interesting. And we could look here at this icon. It tells me it's an ebook. Ebooks are good, right? That's a lot of information that you can use for your research. And here's the PDF for the full text, so I could click on that. It'll open it up for me now that I'm logged in. Here it is. You would just click over here to open up the table of contents. It shows you here all the parts. There's, part 1. We could click on this other little arrow next to it, and it'll show us the individual chapters for that part, etc. So it's a whole book, all located online. Very good. Something that could be very useful. Now, here's a quick tip on ebooks or books in general. If you want to know what the book is about and you don't want to waste time reading through the whole thing, there's a couple things you can do. First off, you could look at the titles of the chapters. This gives you an idea of what they're going to be covering, just a basic idea. And then you can go to those individual chapters and see what they're about to find out if you could use it or not in your research. But another thing you can do is to read the introduction. The introduction of books gives you a complete overview of what the book is going to be about. They'll tell you what their argument is usually, and they'll give you maybe even a breakdown on what each chapter is about. So if you take the time to skim through the introduction, you can get a quick idea of whether you can use this book or not. We only got 8 weeks to write this paper, and so it's important to manage your time. Don't waste time looking through a book that isn't useful for you. So you got to get to it quickly. Another helpful tip that I want to give you is once you find a book that is on your topic and you want to use it for your research paper, you find it and you're like, this is gold, this is perfect, this is something that I can use for my paper, it's right on topic. When you find a book like that, you can look at the bibliography of that book and see what sources that person used when they were writing their book. And then you can look up those sources, and if you could find them online, then that would be more sources that are on your topic. It's a quick way of finding more sources that are related to your topic because many sources aren't. So if you go over here and you click on bibliography, it'll bring it up, and then here we go. We have the author's name, you have the name of the title of their work that was used, etc. Right? When it was published. This will help you search for these titles later on. You could just go and type this in, and if it's available online, then you got more sources right there. You get a whole list. I mean, look at this. This is all sources that this person used to write this book. And if if they're related to your topic, then right there you go. You have tons of more sources to search. Now, not all of these will be located on the library's website or be available online. That's just how it is sometimes. But some of them may be. All right, and so that could be really good. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back here. Back to our original search. So I've shown you how to narrow down your search, right? You're going to be looking for ebooks and academic journal articles only, nothing else, right? I don't want you looking at encyclopedias. I don't want you looking at news articles necessarily, depending, maybe, depending on what your topic is. But, run it by me if that's the case. Okay, so that's pretty much, that's a quick rundown on how to use the articles and databases on Southwestern Library's website. But there's other ways that you can look for sources as well. I'm going to be uploading this to Canvas. This is a Word document, and basically there's a couple of websites online that have opened up their textbooks and their books for students for free. Yes, for free until the end of the semester because of the coronavirus. So this is a handout that I'm going to be uploading to Canvas, and it will show you how to create an account on these websites, 2 websites, and you can access books through those websites. So let's just scroll down really quick. I'll show you a little bit what this is. And so here it says, and because of the coronavirus, many schools are moving online, and so many publishers have made digital versions of their books available for free to anyone who has an EDU email address. So you have to use your Southwestern email address to set up this account. Now these websites are called RedShelf and VitalSource. Okay, and I could show you here on the internet where those are. So this is vitalsource.com, or here's what it looks like. You would hit sign in over here to create your account. And here's RedShelf. You log in over. You click login over here, and you could create your account there. Let's go back to the instructions really quick on that. And so it says here that you can get up to 7 digital books for free until May 25th. That's pretty good. Now, since you only get 7 though, you got to make sure that those books are the ones that you want before you check them out. And you can do that. So what you could do basically is you'd go to the website, you would do a search for your topic, and when the books come up, take a look at the book's titles, right? And then outside of that website, just on Google, you could search the title of that book and see if that book is something that you could use for your research. If say you look it up on like Amazon or something and you read the synopsis of what the book is about. If it sounds like something that you can use, great. Then you would borrow it or rent it from that website, and that would be one of the 7 books you get from that site. Okay, so I believe it sounds like you could get 7 books from each site, so a total of 14 books altogether. But that could be very, very helpful, right? And you don't want to get like textbooks when you're doing that. It's not necessarily like a textbook type of thing that you're looking for. You're looking for full books that are on this particular topic. They're called like monographs, a historical monograph. A book that's written by one expert. They're covering one particular topic. It's not like some textbook that's covering like the whole course or a bunch of different topics. You want to get one book. You want to get a book that covers one specific topic throughout the entire book, where the author is making an argument about that topic. All right. Also, Wiley is offering free access to Wiley Plus. All right, and you could click on this link and it'll tell you a little bit more about that. But here are the instructions for VitalSource and RedShelf and how you can set up your account and how to navigate their website so that you can find the books that are available for free. Okay, and so with RedShelf, this one is a little bit more complicated. Basically, once you create your account and you're logged into your account on RedShelf, copy and paste this website into your browser, and then that will bring you to the page where the free books are accessible. Okay, then you click access free books, add to my shelf. Don't click add to my shelf unless you know for sure that's the book that you want. Like I was saying earlier, do research on the book on a different web page, on Google or on Amazon or something. Find out what the book's about, and if it's something that you can use, sounds like it, then you would add it to your shelf, and that would be one of the 7 books that you can get from that site. Okay, but that could be a really great resource for you. Another thing that you could do to search sources online, you can use Google Scholar. So here I am going to just do a Google search. I'm going to write in Google Scholar. And then here it is, Google Scholar, click on that. And then this basically is going to give you scholarly articles. I don't know if there's many ebooks on here, it's mostly journal articles. But you could do your search here. We'll just do the example of Aztec religion again, and boom, a bunch of stuff comes up. Here's a book. Okay, awesome. Now, it may not give you full access. Some may, but some may not give you full access to the journal article or book. But what you can do, though, is you can use this search results to find out the names say, the title of the journal article, which you can go to the web which you can then go to Southwestern Library's website, and you can search for that title. You can use the author's name. You can search his name on Southwestern Library's website, etc. Right? So basically, Google Scholar can be a good way of just finding the names of authors or the titles of their work, so that you can go back to Southwestern Library's website and then search for those titles or authors' names and see if they're available there, right? If the whole thing is not available on Google Scholar itself, and some of them might be, okay? Some of them might be. Another thing that you can do to find out an author's name or the title of their work and then search for that on Southwestern's library website is to go to Amazon. All right, you can go to Amazon.com, search books, click books, and then look for your topic here. Okay, so here it pops up a whole bunch of stuff. The Myth of Quetzalcoatl. All right, that sounds cool. Right here, I could take this name, the title of this book, and look for it in the library's website. So I would go back to Southwestern Library's website and type it in, The Myth of Quetzalcoatl. See if it's there. Maybe it will be. It might not be. Okay, whatever. I'll move on. So here it is. I'm looking for it. I don't really see. I see a journal article and periodicals, reviews, etc. Let's narrow it down. Let's say ebooks. See if it's there. Okay. I don't see it. Right? I don't see it right off the bat. Maybe it's hidden in there somewhere. I could look deeper. But guess what? When I type that in, it gives me other ebooks that may be on the same topic. Look at this, okay? The Woman Who Turned Into a Jaguar and Other Narratives of Native Women in Archives of Colonial Mexico. That could be interesting, okay? Power and Identity in Archaeological Theory. All right. Daily Life of the Aztecs. That could be really cool. You know what I mean? Like, so see how by doing the Amazon search, it may not have brought me to the specific source I was looking for, but it brings me other sources that are on a similar topic. Okay, so that pretty much covers it. These are several different sources that you can use. So just to recap, you have Southwestern Library's website, right, which you have to log into, and you go to the Articles and Databases page and search there. You have redshelf.com and vitalsource.com. I'm uploading the instructions for how to create accounts on those and how to access their free books on Canvas. I'll upload the instructions for that. And so you get 7 free books each, I think, on those websites. All right, and so that's a good source. You have Google Scholar, right, which can, if it doesn't give you the whole journal article or the whole ebook, it can at least tell you the titles of it that you can then search on Southwestern Library's website, or the author's name. And the same with Amazon.com. It can give you the titles and authors' names that write on your particular topic that you could then search in Southwestern Library's website and see if those works are available there. All right, if you have any questions about conducting research online, email me and I will get back to you.